What is happening, guys? The audio might be a little bit off today. Not got my microphone, but I just thought I'd do a quick video of what I'm doing today. I'm not going to go into full depth of how to do everything, but I just want to show you a couple of things. So I've just added new bobbins on the back so I can use a paddock stand, which I need to adjust for chain again. It's very slack at the moment, so I've just done them, put bobbins on. I've just put some new tank grips on at the moment. Definitely needed. Got some clear ones. I'd usually go for black, but I just wanted clear this time. Just need to stick that side back down. But these, as I said on the Zontes, highly recommend them, especially on a sports bike. When you grab a corner, especially if you want to go 3 knee down, 100% recommend them. Next thing I'm doing at the moment is I'm changing these levers for the Shorty adjustable levers, 125, literally direct replacements. This looks very easily, to be fair. So all you're doing is 10mm bolt and 10mm nut at the bottom, take the nut off, take the bolt off, take it out, put this one back in, replace it. Same for the clutch. On the clutch side, you have got the same one again, 10mm bolt and 10mm nut underneath. The only thing you have to do is obviously adjust the eyelet on here, so you might have to slacken the clutch cable a little bit, then pull the eyelet out, then put it back in. Thing I would say is on these as well, especially if you're in a sports bike, don't have your brake lever and clutch lever all the way up, put it down, because when you're driving, you're like that, so your clutch lever should be in front of you. You shouldn't be having to move your wrist up to get to your clutch and brake lever. So I'm changing them. And then I have also got tail tidy, supposed to be a universal one, comes with a light as well, reg plate light. New LED indicators for it as well, because I'm going to get rid of them bulky things. I don't mind them on the front, to be fair. I'll probably change them later on, but on the back, because the tail tidy is obviously this is going to be off, the tail tidy is going to be up here. I've gone and got some new LED lights, LED indicators. Hopefully I shouldn't need a resistor because it's a new version of a bike. And then I've got a USB socket because I always ride, go on long distance. I've always got the quad lock on as well, but there's no way to charge it. So I'm going to basically hardwire it to the battery and put the USB slot somewhere down here. And then I can obviously charge the phone as I'm riding. Nothing worse than your phone dying when you're not on a ride out, especially if an emergency happens and you've not got a battery. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to take the lever off and then I'm going to put the new front brake lever on. So I'll show you what it looks like after I've just took that one off. Levers are on, clutch lever is on there, and brake lever's on. Now this is what I would always recommend. Get on a bike, have a look at where your positions are. So when you're leaning over, where's your comfortable position? For me there, that's how I'm going to be sat on my bike. My comfortable position, fingers straight forward, I'm on my clutch. 2-finger clutching very easily, same as on the front brake. Again, I've dipped the front brake down, enough room for my knuckles when I've got my gloves on, so I can open the throttle, close my throttle all the way out without any interference. And again, 2-finger braking, the 2 fingers are there straight away. I'm not having to lift and go up here to press my brake, it's just straight away when I'm driving, 2 fingers out, braking. Adjustable front brake and adjustable clutch lever. You can get them, these are from AliExpress, you can get them from like different colours and stuff like that. You can get them where we've got blue on here, or you can just get the blue levers. But as the majority of the bike is black with blue accents, I do like it just having the little blue adjuster on there. It suits it quite nice with obviously the top of the tank, with the blue decals. Little things like that I like. Suits in with decals and then suits in obviously with like stuff like dust caps, and then if you're getting blue anodized bolts and that. Very easy to do, very easy to adjust. If you want to adjust this a little bit, you do have an Allen key here which you can just tighten up a little bit. They are always quite loose, they always have a bit of play in them. I've just changed the L plate on the front as well, just for a smaller one. I don't like the big ones. So the next change I'm going to do now is tackle the tail tidy, get rid of that big massive bulky thing and try and put the tail tidy on. So I've not really filmed much as I've been doing it. I've put the battery charger, well the phone charger all on, all hooked up and everything now, and then I'm doing the tail tidy and I've done all the wiring, I'm just neatening it up. The thing I would say is when you're putting the LEDs on, they do flash quicker than we should do, so you need to wire in a resistor. I haven't got a resistor, but I'm going to get one and wire it in, so then they'll blink slower or it'll be an MOT failure. So I'm going to get 2 resistors for that. To do the tail tidy, you've literally got to take both sides off, the ECU out of the way, the brackets off, so you can get to these 4 bolts. Now the tail tidy I got didn't come with the bolts, but you can just reuse your original ones. But you've got to move your wires out of the way, your ECU out of the way, everything out of the way, and all the protective panels which go on here. Literally all the side panels out of the way just to get to the 4 bolts. But tail tidy's coming on, I've just got to adjust it now, ready for the reg. I'm going to put everything back together and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. So, little update. So, as we left off, clutch lever, brake lever, done. Quad lock tighten bar up as well because that were a bit loose. Gel pads are on there for the grip. And then we have now obviously got the charger cable port there as well. So when I'm obviously going on long journeys I can charge my bike, charge my phone. And then all of this is back together again. The tail tidy is now on, which I can agree looks a hell of a lot better. The only thing is when you put an L plate on now, because of the angle that it's on, if you put an L plate, the bottom of it hits the wheel, so I've had to put it there. Now, I think it depends on the police at the time, but I've drove a long time before in looking at previous videos with L plates there. I've never had an issue because you can clearly see it. But if you're coming from the back, you can see the L. What I think I am going to try and do in the future is try and adjust this a little bit more. The problem with this is, when you go to adjust this here, you can't adjust it at far enough of an angle for it to be able to stick far enough out past the plate, past the wheel. That'll have to do for now. The only other thing that I need to do now is actually change the rear brake pad, because there is not much left at all on there. As you can see, there's not enough, there's hardly any meat left up there, so I need to change that, but I won't be filming that. I'll do that on another time. Just gonna try and get that done as quick as I can.